Welcome back to Donald Trump tariffs. Well, they're on again temporarily. He's facing legal hurdles in his own country to apply these, quite apart from the diplomatic rows he's getting into. Where to for the future of these, and how much could they affect the economy around the world and here in Australia? Joining me live is economist at RMIT University, Dr Nataliya Ilyushina. Thank you for your time. So I guess, first of all, the legal hurdles he's facing. We think of a president as sort of all-powerful and you've got these presidential orders, but this hasn't been smooth sailing on these tariffs. Where are we at exactly?
Indeed, Tom, it has been a ban announced on these tariffs just yesterday, and already today there is a pause on this ban. But how it works, the court ruled that Donald Trump exceeded his power in terms of imposing these particular blanket tariffs that could only be imposed under state of emergency. Having said that, if the court later will rule that it was within his powers, all the tariffs will be reinstated. And also there is another avenue. Donald Trump can just simply negotiate with the Congress, and it is totally within the Congress powers to put those tariffs back in place.
So the other interesting part of this is the market reaction, because initially, he just said the word tariff and they'd go tumbling. Now, even with this decision, the market's doing basically nothing. Now, I know he's got this nickname now of Taco, Trump always chickens out. Is this the market just waiting to see, are these going to take effect, be permanent, and is a trade war a real thing? Are they seeing through Trump for now, do you think? Or is this something that could still hit in a big way?
Tom, it has been a few months now of huge volatility coming from the Trump announcements and the United States that we've been sending shockwaves over all over the world in terms of the market volatility and economic decisions. And I believe what's happening now, markets finally are adjusting to that new normal where we have everyday announcements coming from the United States, and until they are set in stone, it is too early to react or do something. For example, yesterday's announcements already overturned today, well before we even managed to discuss their potential implications on the economy. The ban on tariffs are on pause, and remember, the China tariffs are also on pause. So effectively, we have not really seen the real impact on the economy yet, and it's uncertain whether we will see it anyway anytime soon.
Probably one of the big questions any Australian wants to know. There's two aspects, I guess, that people have looked at a lot during this. There's superannuation balance, and look, we'll see on that front. But what about inflation? Anyone with a mortgage is sort of going, gee, I'm looking forward to these rate cuts if they're coming. Will whatever happens with Trump and these tariffs necessarily flow on to Australia? Because in terms of direct tariffs, we're basically inured, aren't we?
You are correct, Tom. We have minimal impact, and whether the tariffs will go ahead or not, this is just 10% of trade of the country that's not even the top 5 of our major trading partners. The only worry and the only channel that those tariffs can really affect us is through the economy in China. So if China starts going downhill from those tariffs, which again are on pause, then we don't have much to worry about. But again, in Australia, the main concern is, and that's been highlighted both by Jim Chalmers and Reserve Bank Governor, is growing uncertainty. And that's actually the major cost now of these tariffs to both Australia and the global economy. Not the amount of tariffs itself that a particular exporter are going to pay, but the uncertainty. And that actually covers everybody. Even though tariffs, even if those blanket 10% Liberation Day tariffs are ruled out, the sector-specific tariffs such as aluminium and steel, which are the major concern for Australia, will stay. So there's still going to be cost of uncertainty, and what that means is businesses will postpone investment and stockpiling.
Yeah. Okay, Nataliya, appreciate your time on that. So. Yeah, a way to go, but there is a sense now, not the sort of daily panic we were getting initially. Well, airlines in Turkey have been instructed to begin